Today we're going to make some really easy but impressive little pendants using these very cheap little pendant trays that I got from Amazon. I'll put you the links for everything I'm using down below in the description, of course. It's going to be UV resin time, which is a lot quicker, of course, than using regular resins, the epoxy and things like that we use. So I've got some clear and I've got Apex. And I've also got some black ultraviolet curing resin. Now, of course, if you haven't got black ultraviolet curing resin, then just use a little bit of a dark pigment powder, or just use a tiny drop of a black pigment in your clear resin. Only a bit, because otherwise it won't cure, but that is perfectly doable. The other thing we're going to need is some plastic crystals, or well, any sort of crystals really, but these are the ones that they use for table sprinkles at weddings and things. And of course an ultraviolet light, and I've got my new fancy Let's Resin one that I'll show you later. Now, if you are colouring your own ultraviolet curing resin, then do go very sparing with the black pigment, because the light still needs to be able to get through it for it to be able to cure. And black, of course, is the worst colour for stopping the light getting through. So what we're going to do is get a little micro brush with this little dot of black ultraviolet resin I've put in here. As you can see, it is slightly transparent, and that's why it does still cure. But we're just going to get a little bit of a coverage in here to give our base. Because of course with chameleon flakes and powders and things, that's what we normally do, isn't it? We back them with black. Now as you can see, that's not very black, so that should cure fine, but because it's a special resin that is formulated to cure with that level of black in it, I can get away with putting a bit more. So we're just going to coat the whole base over. Just want to make sure it's a fairly even though shallow coat. And yeah, it's pulling away from the edges, so it's still obviously still not too full. So I can put a little bit more in each. Popping the balls as we go. This is just a micro brush, by the way, but you can use anything, because there's not going to be anything to scratch here, is there? It's not like we're trying to not scratch a silicone mould or anything. Okay, just go a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more. That's it. Now I'm going to let that just flatten out, let it self-level, and then we will get our ultraviolet lamp on it. But I think that's pretty much covered. Just going to make sure it is all around the edges. And it's fairly even. It's not crucial that it's completely even, but, you know, just wanted to get it pretty much there. Right, and we're going to cure it. So this is the ultraviolet curing lamp that I'm particularly fond of at the moment, and it's the big one from Let's Resin, and it's very sturdy and it's compact, and you can fold it over like that and cure quite a lot of stuff at once. So we're going to let that cure now. Right, so I've only cured that for, what, 30 seconds, something like that. So it's probably still just slightly tacky. Yeah, it is. And we're going to take, for the first one, we're going to take some alchemy. And this is a chameleon pigment from the Tiny Turner. It's the powder form. And we're just going to brush it over. Now, of course, because that resin is just slightly tacky still, we should be able to get it to stick nicely, fairly evenly, all over. I'm trying to make sure I get up the sides, everywhere. And I'm not too worried if there's a bit of a surplus going on, but we're just going to burnish it into the surface, like so. Now, being a chameleon powder, that is going to colour flip if you do anything interesting on top of it, which we will be in a moment. The other one we're going to do with the Flakes version. So these are chameleon flakes, and this one's called Dragon. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? And these tend to fly everywhere, so I'm trying to be a bit careful. But same again, we're just going to brush them into the surface of the resin. Then I'm going to end up with a lovely glittery mat to boot. but they will again just stick onto that ultraviolet curing resin. If you've cured it a bit too much and it doesn't seem to want to stick, then you can spray it with alcohol. That'll make it tacky, and then the flakes will stick. Or you could put another layer of resin. It's yeah, it's quite forgiving. There, and I think that is all over, and it's all over my mat as well. I'm just going to give that another little brush round to make sure it's fully stuck. As you can see, they look more like glitter flakes, don't they? But they're a lot thinner. It's like mylar flake type things. What we're going to do now is put a little bit of clear resin in the base, just to make sure we get some underneath everything. And this is where you should start to see these colours start to go a bit crazy. I certainly can from the angle I'm at. I'm sitting down, so I'm a little bit to the side, but you will certainly see at the end, because I'll make sure you do. I will be bringing the camera up to bringing them up to the camera for you. So let's get a little micro brush, give it a little light coat, and all this layer is to do is to make sure that our little plastic crystals stick down. We will be putting more resin over them as well. Now you can of course do this with any chameleon powder or flakes, interference powders, all that sort of thing. I'm simply using the tiny Turner ones because I find them the most intense in terms of colour flip, and they are my favourites. So there we are. Next, what we're going to do is take some of the crystals and drop them on. Now these little plastic crystals are all different sizes, and you should start to see how, depending on how you drop them, you're getting different colour flippy effects from underneath coming up and through. So you could decide to not cover the whole thing, of course, if you really want to. You could just cover a bit of it. I think I'm going to find some tweezers. This is fiddly. So we're just going to make sure that they're actually into the surface rather than sticking out over the sides. So this one's sticking up a bit, so we just make sure they're all pushed down. Now, if you wanted them to stay looking like little spiky, sharp crystals, then you could just leave it at this. What I'm going to do is a weird little effect that I did by accident while trying to actually do that. So you see we've got some big ones, we've got some little ones, some are upside down, some are face up. Just keeping it kind of a bit random. And what we're going to do is make sure they're all stuck down. But what I'm going for is like a bubbles effect rather than the crystal effect, which is why I'm not going to just leave it at this. So it'll look like there's a whole load of holographic bubbles that have like crystallized somehow. So I'm making sure I've got as many in there as I can. Totally filling it up. Of course you could just do patches, you could do whatever design you like. Depends if you want to put anything else in with it, I suppose. Just hoping this will give you a little bit of a nice simple idea that you can have a play with and put your own twist on it. It's so easy, it's ridiculous. Right, I think that is pretty well covered. I think they both are. Trying to make sure they are staying within the boundaries. Sorry if my hair gets on camera, I'm not used to sitting down to craft. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that they are within the area of the frame. I think that's it. So let's put these out of the way, back into the little pot so I don't lose them. And all we're going to do now is fill these up with UV resin. And we're going to do it by just drizzling it very lightly over. And this is the clear one, of course. Come on, I'm popping bubbles out of it. So we're just going to drizzle over the surface like so. Only a bit. And then we're going to leave it to run down in and over the little stones. And I'll bring you down to have a closer look in a moment. But I'm just putting enough to actually just like fill up the little bezel. Not to bury the crystals, and I think that might well be enough. So I'm just going to let it sit for a moment so it all goes down in between the stones, but literally just for a couple of minutes. Right, that should have all settled in now, so here we go. Let's get a little ultraviolet lamp on the go again. And this time I'm going to give it a really good cure, so I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. Right, time for a look. So here's the dragon one, and look what's happened there. Can you see how all the colours are moving around? Now, if I'd actually got some sunshine, I could show you that far better. Maybe if I get some tomorrow, I'll be able to do some photos out in the light for you. You can see it looks like some sort of weird natural formation. And then you've got all that colour flipping going on. Let's have a look at the other ones. That was the chameleon flakes. This is the chameleon powder. And as you can see, we've got green to purple. There's all sorts of colours going on in there. It looks like some bubbles that have gone mad. And then every so often you get like a bit of an actual crystal-y effect where there's a bit of crystal that hasn't got the resin on it. Anyway, there you go. It's a dead simple, quick, easy one, isn't it? So I'm going to do a couple more and I'll take them out in the sun for you. If you've liked this video, do give it a thumbs up for me. And of course, there are buttons down here you can click. Subscribing is free and it means the world to me. So thank you so much, all those who've subscribed. And if you like beginner-friendly projects, take a look at the playlist that's going to pop up here shortly because there's loads more there. See you for the next one.